You have air conditioning in your car? Use it. Roll the window up, lock the door, and don't talk on the phone to protect you every which way. Okay, always take the keys out of the ignition whenever you go anywhere and do anything. Always take the keys out. Don't leave your car with the key. I look in cars, not because I'm a weirdo, like I research, and I see keys in the ignitions. Seriously? Okay, they steal your car, but guess what? He also might have all your information about you. Where you live, what you have, did you leave your purse in there? You know, you got to think about that. So make sure you take the keys out of the ignition. This brings me to another point. You're at the gas station, you got your keys, and the guy comes up and says, "Give me the keys," and get in the car. Well, first of all, you know you can't get in the car. What if you got your grandson or granddaughter in the back seat? Are you going to give the guy the keys? Are you going to fight him? No, you take the keys and you heave them as far as you can across the busiest street right there, and you quickly grab the kid, or if you don't have one, yourself, and beat feet the other direction. Guess what? What's he going to do? He wants the keys, he got to go get them, you're going that way. He wants you, well, there's people around, you're already screaming, "Help, help, he's going to get me," and you're running away. Problem solved. Throw the keys as far as you can throw them. Heave them. And if there's a street with traffic, throw them right out in the middle of that street. You can get them later. So, using your environment one more time. Okay. Always have a cell phone, and always have it charged up. Who's guilty of walking around with their cell phone uncharged? I am. I do it a lot. Okay. If your car breaks down, do not put up the hood and turn the flashers on. That's like yelling, "Come and get it!" Seriously. "Hi, I'm completely vulnerable. Please come do something to me." How dumb is that? You have your cell phone and you have it charged up. Have a route plan. If you don't show up, somebody goes, "Hey, you know what? Teresa's not here. She should have been here a long time ago." You know, communicate with people. "Hey, Dan, I'm coming over. I'll be coming up mission." "Okay, see you in 10 minutes. Half an hour goes by. "Teresa, where are you?" How hard is that? Don't get blocked in. Leave yourself some space to maneuver. Watch the cops. If the cops pull at a stoplight, do you pull right up behind somebody? No. They always leave about a half a car so they can pull out of traffic and get out of there. You may have to pull out of traffic and get out of there. If you're in a line somewhere and some guys come up and cause some problems, you want to just go. You want to leave. So leave yourself some space to maneuver. Home defense. Wow, look at this. Number one, have a plan. Run some scenarios. Just like your car. In your house and your car, two things. You're contained in a space. Have a plan. At night, your windows should be closed and your doors should be locked. At least downstairs, if you're a two-story house. Preventative measures would be lighting, good outside lighting, and keep the landscaping trimmed back from the trees. When are you the most vulnerable? Is when you think you're the least vulnerable. Putting the keys in your front door. "Oh, I'm home." No, you're not. You're not home till you're inside and there's nobody there and the door's locked. Be aware. Hey, did I leave that window? How come that screen's, you got to pay attention to stuff, right? Okay. Portable phone by your bed. Very important. You need to be able to have that phone so that when you run to here's the next thing, safe room. What do you mean by a safe room? Somewhere where you can lock yourself in and buy yourself some time. The bathroom's really good. Bathrooms are great. Get in there, dial 911 on the way. Don't go in there and then dial 911. It takes some time to get there, right? So having a plan and thinking about these things. Weapons. I'm a firm believer in weapons. Weapons are the great equalizer. They made it possible for man to successfully hunt and also protect himself from much stronger and faster animals, as well as defend himself during lawless times. Knives are good. I like knives. an old guy, Mean Gene. We all know, like she smiles. Gene is 75-ish, and he can't spar with the youngsters, the 25-year-olds. They'll beat him to shreds. But I put a plastic knife in his hand, and he is a force to be reckoned with. Nobody can roll with Gene except for me. He'll get you. And so imagine if that plastic, I put this in his hand. I don't want to be anywhere near the guy. So this little sharp piece of metal takes a 75-year-old man who can't barely get out of his own way and turns him into a lethal fighting machine. So weapons are good, but we'll get to the but in just a minute. Guns are good, as long as you know how to use them. They take skill and a great amount of time to practice and gain proficiency. It's not like the movies. You have to practice at this stuff. So if you're not willing to put the practice in, it's highly unlikely you're going to be able to use a weapon proficiently, and you'll probably get it taken away from you and used against you. So you have to make sure that you can use what you have. Okay, improvised weapons are anything, anywhere, anytime. Handful of sand, a magazine, you roll up a magazine tightly, oh man, that really works well. Anything that you can use. I would use anything. I'd use this clipboard to smack her if she was coming after me. Doesn't matter. Anything you can use is an improvised weapon. We talked about the cell phone. Be aware of the legalities of possession of and usage of weapons. This is legal. You know why this is legal? It has nothing to do with the length of the blade. It has to do with the fact that it has a pocket clip on it. And when I stick it in my pocket, it's sticking out of the top. It's not a concealed weapon. That's legal. That could be construed as not. So there's some pretty fine lines if you're going to have weapons on how to use them. Be aware of that. You have to research. You've got to do your homework. Okay, that brings to mind a weapon that is totally legal. It'll never get you in trouble. You can have it anywhere you want. And if you keep it by your nightstand in bed, it's the best weapon you could ever have. And that is a very bright light. If I shine this light, I don't want to give anybody a migraine. You get migraines, you get a bright light in your eye? Okay, I'll use her. I'm so glad you're here. So I'm sleeping, and she comes up to get me, bam. She's done. Now, yeah, especially if it's a dark room. This is very, very bright. This is called a Surefire. It's over 500 lumens. It is really bright, and it's designed to be what they call a tactical light. You can call it a light cannon sometimes. And so what happens is there's just a little button here, and you just push it. All she sees now is blue. It buys you time to go away. There's no law against a flashlight. Now here's the thing I want to say about having a flashlight that's dedicated to that. I'm really enjoying this. Anyhow, don't use it for anything else. Don't use it to look for your keys. This flashlight has one job, to save your life. You keep fresh batteries in it, and you keep it by the side of your bed or even under your pillow. It's never going to go off and shoot you like a gun. All it is light. And it really, really works. I mean, she still can't see. It's amazing how bright this is. 500 lumens is a lot of light. That's why I didn't want to shine it at you, because it can cause a lot of problems. I'll shine it right here at the video. Yeah, see that? It's extremely bright. So I highly suggest, and I'm not a Surefire salesman, but I think they're the best on the market, a Surefire flashlight. Look them up online. They're great. Okay. I'll give you a little word. We're almost done. I hope I'm not going on too long. A word about weapons. Long ago, there was an island nation in the Far East, I don't want to mention names, was occupied and subjugated by their more powerful and imperially minded neighbor. I don't want to mention names either. One of the first priorities to ensure the success of this occupation was the banning of all weapons. No government's trying that today. The oppressed people were mostly farmers, so they adapted by using farm implements as weapons. This is how we come to know the nunchuck. It was originally a rice flail made for beating the kernels of rice. Ironically, The farm implements that were used back then to skirt the strict weapons laws that were put in place by the occupying forces are now illegal under California's even stricter weapons laws. Where does it end? I don't know. So, in conclusion, don't become paranoid. Just be aware of your surroundings and assess what you see. Always try to take the path of avoidance. The times we live in are complicated. They require discernment. There are a lot of new threats out there. And this is all new from my last one. There's a group out there that doesn't like strong, independent women. They don't like what you represent. As the world shrinks through the use of technology, you need to be aware of not only local threats, but global threats promoted through Twitter, Facebook, and other social media. So you have to remember that. Weapons are a great option. You need to be extremely proficient and aware of the legalities and not afraid to use them. With regards to weapon usage, I believe it's better to be judged by 12 in court than carried by 6 in your coffin. Don't be afraid to use them if you've got them. And don't forget, improvised weapons are everywhere. As a woman, you have inherent advantages and disadvantages. Understand them and embrace them. Be aware of your weaknesses and capitalize on your strengths by using them to your full advantage. The saying goes that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. So when it's time to fight, fight like hell. Okay, as an addendum, I'd like to say, self-defense comes in all forms, but one of the often overlooked forms is defense from self. If you keep yourself out of overtly dangerous situations, it's more than likely you're going to die from cholesterol rather than a knife attack. So you need to view yourself as the potential enemy, wielding weapons like cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, or even some more innocuous threats like a sedentary lifestyle or stress. Remember, dead is dead no matter how you got there. A healthy lifestyle not only prolongs life, but also prolongs the quality of your life. So realize when you get up in the morning and look in the mirror, you're looking at probably the first thing you need to defend yourself from the most. Eat right, exercise, take care of yourself, remain vital, stay involved. Thank you very much for having me.